This is...
Are we going to see it?
Smolder top sounds like a disaster in this composition. Thank God it's not going to happen. FearX, let's see that Tristan execution. That's all I could say. It's going to need to start in the bottom lane.
Let's see it. Game number 1 starts now.
Point in any skirmish in this game outside of the first few minutes, as Guma's just going to come over here and get that first Q off and do some additional damage. Henna, I feel like this entire game revolves around, as the gold or red card slow is going to be huge.
Yeah, Clear going for the Counter-Strike first. And you see that Zeus doesn't really care because Counter-Strike has a much longer cooldown than the pick a card. So at level 1, not really the play, I think, to get onto the Twisted Fate.
Yeah.
The TF will always do a lot, especially if you're going AD, because then your auto's just hurt, right? As Henna goes in, and yep, gets hit by the root and is in a bit of trouble, will hop away.
So that's the end of Tristana's ability to do anything on this before this first back. Right there, off of an insta-root from Guma. Really well played. As Faker also, 20 win streak. So he's 6 ahead of the Senna.
Yeah.
And they will go, those streaks will continue together. His Closer may have to flash.
Oh, trying to predict it, and Closer just stares at him.
Yeah. Big crowd applause. As Zeus will see this Sejuani, and they're going to make something of it.
Definitely not scared to walk straight at them. Now he's probably going to have to flash. He misses his flash. Flash in from Clear, and they have first blood onto Zeus in the top lane. As now Owner going to get frozen up here. And he will be in trouble as well. 1 flash, 1 auto will get it done. That's 2-0 for the Sejuani. Yeah, Clear also standing on a ward. A little bit suspicious, but let's see if Zeus reads the situation. He is up against this right wall, and he does not. He is going to get knocked by the Sejuani. There is the Permafrost as well, and the Sejuani ultimate, and that is the second kill onto the TF top, which the TF tops have been having a hard time of surviving today. And now they're actually looking to get on top of Clear here, who is not going to have Counter-Strike and does not have his flash for about 5 seconds. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. His owner will take him out with his nice ult, as that's going to give Zeus some breathing room.
Fool me once, shame on me. Okay.
Here we go. That's the Rakan right under the turret. Doesn't care. Very nicely set up here by Execute. Quick and fast gets the job done.
I didn't overextend his meanwhile.
Who wins this trade? I think it's the Tom Kench, and he's going to have some help from Guma as Flash comes in, and 1 lick would get the job done, and he hits it. Keria just going to solo Henna. Oh, man.
I mean, to be fair, he had a Guma ult. Some fancy footwork from Henna to try to avoid that stun and the final lick, as Owner is alone.
Yeah, ult's going to come out here. He's got Rakan nearby as well, but they have taken quite a while to get in onto Owner, and they don't necessarily want to enter the jungle. Although now with 4 people, they got a Jax over the wall. That's Guma in a lot of trouble. He will flash himself to get out with just a tiny bit of health, as now Owner might pay the price for it, but don't Execute. Nearly going to go down. Owner looking for the kill, as maybe they did go a bit too far, as the rest of T1 is coming in. So many low health bars here on the side of FearX. Henna the last person to join up, as Guma's looking for it. He will pick it up, as Execute now doesn't have the damage to take out the Senna, and T1 eventually will win the fight.
He's having a great time. We're not even going to watch that.
He's having fun.
We'll watch the other one instead. As it's just Tristana thinks that she can win this fight and actually gets devoured here after the ultimate, so actually makes her further away from her turret.
I think he called for the ult too. Not 100% sure on that. As some low turrets that maybe they're able to get. A nice ult goes in on Zeus, as they're really trying to bully the TF. And they will be successful in doing that at least.
2 kills for This Is Here, starting to get online.
You got something to say about that?
Look, I didn't ask for these powers. But notice the break wasn't that long, I'm just saying.
Notice how you have a big responsibility with these powers, Wolf, so be careful.
Yeah.
Hey, hit that one.
Maybe you also have, maybe you have it.
I don't think so, not compared to you. Not based on what we've seen. Willer and Closer kind of hanging out in the enemy jungle, and they're being closed upon pretty quickly. maybe trying to get something done to the TF. And now you see that Zeus just joins the team. And now Closer and Willer are just running. Here is a TP, but there's a Viego and a pause.
No way, you can't pause in that moment. Oh boy.
Back in though, so let's see if that teleport makes it.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, it did. The Senna route was not on time. And Willer's on the run. And Clear, meanwhile, is pushing the bottom lane. So all of this pretty much just a distraction attempt from the side of FearX, as here's Execute just to help Willer get out, and that he will. Meanwhile, the bottom inner turret did go down.
Off, but either way, we'll see if they can get that Mountain Soul. It's going to be massive. Zeus does not have vision, but he's reading this well. Let's see.
Yeah, Clear.
Oh
Yeah.
We're unpausing.
And not much that Zeus can do. Again, just over the top, the Senna ult comes in, but he is doomed. Pause or not, that was going to happen. And again, FearX just keep attacking the side lane. Yeah, the package, I think it's going to be pretty critical. Clear is on the flank, but they have pinged this out. They do spot him with the Senna. His damage already getting in on this one. We do see the TF ult utilized as he is going to get in onto Execute, who has a Mikhail's very nicely timed as the package comes in, and T1, they are isolated as Zeus is very far behind this fight, but Execute is getting pretty low, and now Clear is getting slowed up as Keria is just in the back line. The assassin, Tom Kench, gets the job done, and will take out a couple of members eventually with the help of his team.
That should be the Soul going over to T1.
Especially once he gets into the fights. He's got great health, he's got Jack shows, he has 3 items. FearX though, they're going for a Baron. They're looking for the flip. Owner tries to get in, he ults, and he will take it away with the smite. It looks like Willer also uses. Keria gets hit with the Devour as well, keeps him alive. And T1 are in an excellent spot now as Zeus, meanwhile, just bullying the enemy support. And Clear won't be able to get it done by himself. He does live for quite a long period of time, but not going to be enough. As the root comes in onto the Tristana, and T1 finally triple kill here on Zeus, and it looks like they know where Willer is as well.
I mean, this should be the game-ending fight for T1. I mean, they've got Soul, they've got Baron, Willer goes down, it's the ace, and they can push to end.
It's looking pretty likely. I mean, with the Baron, let's see. I mean, we got 7 seconds on Execute. He'll have to try to delay this. We have
No way,
15
right?
on Closer.
I just don't see them being able to defend this.
I think they're going to try to go for it. I don't blame them at all. And I think it makes sense at this point as T1, a couple of team fights later, and a Mountain Soul. They will be able to take game number 1 in about 30 minutes, plus a bit of extra. As game number 1 does finish, T1 will be happy with that victory. Zach, there it is, once again into the Cassante. This has been done before in the LCK. It was also done yesterday in Challenger League. Saw a couple of games of Zach. So slowly becoming more and more popular.
Get Fate's call. As this gives me, you know, more questions than answers. We know it's going into the bottom lane. We know it's going to be played by Keria because you can't play Jungle Hui. So that's not going to be a thing.
With the Maokai.
Too much power.
How do you get away from that? I'm curious to find out as we are ready to hop onto the Rift for game number 2.
Both of these teams bring in a different idea to the table.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like what FearX have brought in here. I think that the Zac in the top lane is great. A lot of champs, I said it before, they have good matchups into the Cassante. But again, it feels like Cassante brings more in general in the game state, in the team fights later on. But the Zac, you know, imagine if you can get even more tanky, but with more farm in the top side, and you're having a good lane state. You're essentially feeling pretty free against the Cassante, as Guma is going to take a very nice trade here already, as this is Keria's 53rd unique pick in the LCK, which is just insane for a support.
It is wild that, you know, we haven't popped that up really this season. He hasn't played it yet because it's been pretty prevalent. It was in the first week of the LCK especially. Heal committed.
Uh-oh. The Maw comes through, and
may have picked the Nocturne to deny Orianna Nocturne. You know, the ball carry is so strong. But how they've rounded it out to make it viable is really cool to see. And yeah, these combos are super frustrating. We've seen Beryl do this, now Keria is doing this. It's a tough lane to play, and it's going to be a plate here.
Basically still are, although Junglers like to get them early just to, Closer a little bit away from level 6. He finally gets it. Unfortunate timing for him as he was definitely trying to go in with the Nocturne to try to set something up, maybe force a flash, but doesn't quite get it as the minion did not die.
Yeah, the minion timing there, not...
Looks like Guma has a high level Q as Execute flashes in, and then he walks away. As now Ignite is coming in and the Nocturne level 6. It looks like this will work out as first blood given over to the Nocturne.
Baited! Got him!
And outsmarted. And you look at the enemy team, if you're looking from Fearx's standpoint, this is a fantastic lethality Varus game. As I'm going to hold that thought, Willer is here, maybe looking for a dive. It is a 3v3, yes, but I'm not sure if Owner can really even get away from this, as Willer's going to do a bunch of damage and just ults onto Guma, nearly takes him out, but he lives, as now Owner has to flash away, but Willer might pay the price. One more ability would do it as Carrier. He's desperate and he gets it, and even a kill onto the Maokai as well, and this has gone totally awry as now even Faker's coming in. They don't even need him. Guma gonna pick up the double kill.
Flash comes through. He does not have the damage, and the turn is there. We're not done fighting, though.
Yeah, the carrier shield as well in that replay. Excellent timing. And now Owner in a little bit of trouble. Here's Closer. Very nice scoop on a 2, but the first person to go down is Execute, and now Closer's in trouble. They commit to it heavily, and T1 respond in kind. Immediately there.
Oh, Ox. Such...
You know, Ox, he was a little bit, he had a lot of downtime, you know, he was feeling a bit bored. Either way, guys, we do have the engage once again. This is the combo. You press your R buttons, but now Owner's going to do the same as he will just flag and drag out. And it's not going to have the damage. The follow-up not quite there.
A little bit too far away from turret. Zeus is crushing this matchup.
Yeah, he's kind of owning him here. And Clear's going to have to flash away from this, but he will proc the passive. At least he's got that, but that's not the way this lane is supposed to look.
No, I mean, Clear should, in theory, be winning this lane, and, you know, getting all in on. I just want to get away. Doesn't want to get hit by anything there as Henna backed off. Faker ulted in mid. We didn't talk about it, but you guys could have sussed it out. So they It's never not funny.
Guma in trouble again, but he's going to use the flash to try to get away. Is it enough? I'm not so sure. The damage is put into Execute, and at least it's traded back as now Carrier considering a 1v1 of his own, but Henna is very strong at this point with Mr. Relia's. I'm not sure if it'll ever match as Guma's dancing around the turret, ignoring Clear entirely, and now he's going to get to work onto this Zac as Clear's going to be forced to use his ultimate ability. Looks like he doesn't have the hop, and he's in a lot of trouble. No more passive, and that's a kill onto the Zac.
There's no teleport for Closer, so he can't come down and help out. That's the turret, and that's a kill.
It's an all-out to Execute. Speaking of which, we are going to see the all-out here on a Closer as Zeus. Yeah, this is just insane. It's like, okay, bring me my next target. I've gotten the passive out of Zac. I've gotten the flash out of Closer on the Azir.
And Carrier's got the blast cone.
Yeah, see that Henna's being pushed in right now, actually, in the mid lane. So the mid prio not quite there. Now Owner looking for the combo. Faker is not here, though, but still they're going to go for a TP coming in from Faker right now. As not exactly the cleanest fight, but T1 still going to capitalize. They will take out Execute, and Closer! One auto away, and that'll do it. Owner going to steal it away from Carrier.
It's just unfortunately so far behind. I mean, I like the item pick here, but Closer's going to have to ult the jungler.
Owner didn't even hit the flag drag. And now he's just going to press his ult. Yeah, Closer is in a lot of trouble, although he does have a Nocturne and a Maokai. Maybe a bit of a bait, but they just can't kill the Jarvan right now. He's just going to flag drag back into that one. As meanwhile, Willer is...
Evacuate!
Ah!
Doesn't hurt allied turrets, as it turns out, so he's okay.
It takes a lot less damage when you knock it into a wall on this patch. As Clear's going to elect to jump away. Definitely the answer when you're fighting into Cassante, I would say.
Unending
He's going to ult
Despair
as well. And yeah, you know, the Unending Despair getting a lot of value. He canceled the jump because he was too far away because Faker went so far down the lane. Again, I think he probably will be able to kill Faker just because the lane is so long. But he's really taking a sweet time with this one.
I mean, Zeus has TP.
And he's not going to even pull him back. Okay, well, that was not the way. It's fine.
He has done that on occasion. He's not perfect, okay, Valdez? He makes mistakes.
And now we do have a little bit of the combo coming in. The Maokai ultimate layered on top. This is what you want as Keria just not here. They finally kill Guma, but they have gone pretty far, and the wallets are really heavy right now for the side of T1. You dealt with one threat, but you didn't deal with Cassante, and that's going to force everybody to just flash away.
While dying, while the rest of the team comes in, and the Zeus shows up, and it's Dunzo.
Keria, I think he's in a bit of trouble here. He's on the run. He's got Owner to help out, and Maokai just doesn't do enough damage, so nobody else can get in range. And now Zeus, oh god, that's a scary Cassante ghosting Adam. At least Henna will be able to pick up the kill. Nicely done, flashing in for that one. Can he get away from the rest of the team? It does look like yes, as Clear will do a good job of zoning. Zeus, though, he's running under the turret right now, and he'll just back off after that, but yeah, nice little trade. Execute does go down for the 7th time, though, as well.
This inhibitor is just not defendable. TPing in, actually, as I say it, though. Let's see what they can get with this. I don't know about this.
Again, this is kind of the broken up version of the combo. Faker just going to flash the wall. Guma still running away. This is what we were talking about. You can't get on top of him, and he's just jumping away from the jumper himself. It's the Zac can't get on top of the Callista, and Guma will just laugh in their face and take them all down. Faker's going to steal the kill because why not? He needs some POG points. Don't think he's going to get them in this game, though, as Execute is just dead as well. Zeus, he's trying to bargain for his own POG points.
Zeus ready to go home. He's done with this series. I think he's going to need a little bit more minions before that can happen, but they are looking to end this, you know, at 25 minutes, and I think they will. The tragedy of that play from Closer, too, is they didn't even get the bounty gold top. He TP'd in late. You can't kill that Callista, and I wanted to give it to Keria, but I might have to give it to Guma here.
Yeah.
I think I have to.
That's what I would do.
Oh, what a dominant performance here from T1. I wanted Guma to actually say something, man. He gave us a little...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Faker and Owner on the side of T1. Congratulations! So with these 10 consecutive victories, T1 has been rethroned on first place. How do you feel, Faker? This is our second game of round 2. I'm very happy that we're able to finish it off with a victory. And Owner, although it took a long time, I'm just really happy that we were able to continue our consecutive victories. And with today's delays, it must have been so exhausting. How was it? Personally, I have experience with these delayed matches. I think it's a good experience. I just believe that our fans weren't able to enjoy our matches the way they were supposed to normally. So that's a little unfortunate, but I'm just happy that we're able to give them a victory. In patch 14.3, after Corki's nerf, you, Faker, are the only one who played him so far, and on top of that, you are the holder of the heaping 21 win streak record with him. So what is your secret to keeping the win streak? I believe that I am able to continue this win streak because my teammates are playing so well. I feel like my Faker Corki skin is probably also a contributor as well. And for game 2, J4 made an appearance as the R4 pick. So did this involve your input, or how did the team end up with him? I feel like we definitely had some options. We had about 2 to 3 options to pick from. And so looking at the picture, we decided that it looked like a good pick for the comp that we had. And Owner, as if you predicted the enemy jungler's movements, you had such incredible covers and counters. So what about your read on the game led to such perfect execution? The top had a tank matchup, and I believe my decision was based on how mid and bot was going to be where the action was going to be. So I think that's probably why I was able to engage as well as I did today. And with Keria playing Hui for the first time, how do you think he did in the bot lane? Given how big of a champion pool Gumayushi and Keria both have, I believe I just had a lot of faith in them, and Keria for the first time him playing Hui on stage, I feel like he did a really good job. So I want to tell him good job. And many fans showed up on site today to cheer for you, but unfortunately they had to go home. So anything you would like to say? Yeah, so our fans weren't able to watch our game from game 2, and it breaks my heart, but I believe that the LCK will be able to resolve the issues, and in the future it won't be a problem, and I look forward to seeing the fans on site again. And owner, yeah, I was able to see the fans in the middle of game 1, but there were a lot of moments, a lot of unstable connections that had disrupted our game. So it was just a very unlucky day for everyone. I feel like it breaks my heart that we weren't able to have the fans on site, but I hope that they will be understanding and hope they support us in the future as well. And your next opponent will be OK Savings Bank Brian. What is your goal? We'll make sure that we are prepared for our next match against OK Savings Bank Brian. And we'll make sure to put in a lot of effort to bring up our forms as much as we can. And owner, yeah, Brian is actually on a consecutive victories as well. So we'll make sure that we are the ones who keep the win streak. Would like to say thank you for all the hard work for the T1 players, and this will be at the end of the interview with Faker and owner of T1. Back to the space.